Welcome back. Talk the Thought
is back in the house.
It's back in the house with yet another drama because that seems to be the only thing that gets views nowadays, doesn't it?
The focus of our channel now.
For now.
Talking about drama, really quick, I'm just going to jump in there just because I read yesterday for our Katie Joy fans. Just joking, I know you're not fans of her. She actually now has a lawsuit filed against her from 7M Management, Miranda, Derek, and her husband.
Wasn't that already a few weeks ago? I think that's already when we did the video, they were planning to sue her.
Yeah, well, they have sued her now, and she said she is going to counter sue, whatever. And she's just going to keep reporting, even though she hasn't. But anyway, I thought that was quite interesting, so... Surprise.
Talking about the devil.
There we are.
Surprise.
Drama.
Drama. And I think if you're not living under a rock, then you know exactly what we're going to talk about today, which is just...
Britney Spears is pregnant.
Britney Spears is pregnant. Yes, wow, that's great. Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Goodness gracious. What a trial. What a drama.
Reality show that we all been sucked into.
Hollywood could have not scripted any better. I don't know.
Against our wills.
We all been shocked, confused, laughing, and that is all like actual people's lives. But if you as confused as we were, I think this video might suit you very well because we just thought we're going to give you like a detailed or as much detailed possible rundown of what has been or what happens.
Also for ourselves.
Just for ourselves. Kind of... If you want to know, like, why are we even in this situation? Why are they actually in this situation? I mean,
why have they put us in this situation?
Why?
How did we get here?
We kind of inserted ourselves, didn't we? It's the drama. Yes. Everyone talks about it. It was it's trending everywhere. There's daily updates on YouTube. You can watch it all live on YouTube, which is insane. But it's just so much.
Again, I love you, America, for just... having no privacy for those things. Thank you very much.
Thank you, America. Like, thanks for making my life a bit more
so entertaining.
I don't know. Did you obviously you knew Johnny Depp and Amber Heard before the trial? I mean, you definitely Johnny Depp. Everyone knows Johnny Depp.
I knew Amber as well. I knew that they were together, but I was like, I've seen Amber Heard in movies, I guess. But it was, and that's pretty actress. So I know there was something going on between them. It's another Hollywood love story.
Yeah, that's what we all thought, kind of, right?
Yes.
Johnny Depp always seemed to be that guy that had this long-lasting, stable relationship with Vanessa Paradis. I don't know, it's French, so I guess it's Paradis. So, and then all of a sudden Amber Heard came into the picture, and I knew her because in 2007 there was this movie called All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, where she's brutally, spoiler, she's brutally killing everyone. And she puts on this
at the end?
She puts on this really pretty face. Everyone loves her because she's so pretty and innocent, but then she's actually killing everyone. So she's this backstabbing bitch.
Spoiler alert.
Since that movie, I kind of did not like it, which is stupid. It's just a character she was playing. But I was like, I don't know. She played it too well.
She played it too good.
It was too believable. And I always loved Johnny Depp. I mean,
Johnny
Pirates
Depp
of the Caribbean.
I feel like there was never ever that anyone said like, oh, I hate Johnny Depp. I've never heard, like, he was just
such a
always there.
Charismatic guy, attractive. And obviously everyone in society tends to find people that are good looking and charming. There must be good people, like no one would even question anything. Hence this being very interesting because he's such a interesting, high profile character.
We did know that, he would probably be, he drinks, he did drugs, like he smokes, all those things. But
yet,
I think there was
we still thought he was charismatic, even though this is such a turn off, actually. Like he's abusing drugs and alcohol, and we were like, love him.
Well, thanks, Johnny Depp, for entertaining us with your drugs. Like, you make it seem so
enjoyable,
so sexy,
and sexy.
So sexy. Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. No, we don't. No. We didn't. So we have these two characters, and now we're watching them. How everything is going down for both of them. But how did we even get there? So we kind of compiled some facts for all of you, so you might understand why the two are in this situation, why we are all in this situation watching it.
Well, and I'm just thinking, why are you and me in this situation? Only because
once again, Instagram. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You cannot escape it.
Yes.
Like, I don't know a single person that is not aware of the situation. If you're interested or not, you heard of it. It's everywhere. You can't escape it. And then we always find ourselves being sucked into the drama, don't we?
Oh, we love
Once
it.
again.
Secretly, we love it.
Yeah, we do. We do. Let's be honest, we do.
Come on.
So Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, they met in 2009 while they were shooting the movie Rum Diary. I think I watched it. I loved it.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's all I want to say about that. But anyways, they met back then. And he was still in a relationship with Vanessa Paradis at that time.
Yeah.
Like, obviously
and they have 2 kids, just as like they've been dating for a long time. Yeah, or were married.
I think
for
I have a boy and a girl. I think the boy is like 20 years old. The girl's 22. Like
our age.
Yeah, our age. We wish. So, but yeah, they met back then, and there were already rumors, right? Like that they kind of were sneaking off and kind of maybe had like some sort of a thing, but it was never confirmed. And even when you look it up online, there's no sort of confirmation that Johnny Depp has ever cheated in his relationship.
You never
to Vanessa.
heard from his ex-wife that he was they broke up because he was cheating or anything.
So we don't know.
We don't
know.
No.
There might.
And I mean, Amber is freaking pretty, like, so I do understand it.
Yeah, she is pretty. I mean, Vanessa Paradis was a beautiful woman, or is a beautiful woman as well. So don't even. But we have no confirmation. We don't know. Yeah, we cannot say.
Look, once all of this is over, maybe Johnny's going to come on the podcast and, answer our questions.
Of course, this will be the first podcast he's going to join, of course. Like, talk the thought. These two are girls that might be, maybe.
You know what?
You're very welcome, Depp. You can come. We would love to have you.
Like, we would love to give you a platform here. Like, we were the first ones to offer you this platform because we are, I think, on your side. And, and we have the best subscribers, so.
We do. We keep losing them every week, but then we get new ones every week. So that's fine.
We get new ones with Johnny. That's all right.
With Johnny. So yeah, Amber and Johnny officially started dating in 2012. That was actually the year that the long-lasted marriage with Vanessa Paradis and Depp ended as well. So they maybe officially ended it. I guess they kind of already ended it beforehand, but that's when it officially ended and he started dating he started dating Amber. So many different names. I'm kind of confused. So just moving a bit forward, 2014, there were like rumors that they been engaged. I think you could see Amber wearing a ring and everyone was kind of talking, they're going to get married. In 2015, they ended up getting married in Australia.
So they got married after 3 years.
Yeah, after 3 years of dating, they kind of got married in 2015. I don't know if they officially dated. It's just unofficially. I don't know. What we know, though, is that they got married in Australia in 2015. And there was a fun fact that we just thought was hilarious and stupid. So for some reason, they tried to sneak in their dogs. Funny names, by the way, Pistol and Boo.
We were already here.
Yeah, they tried to sneak in their 2 dogs into Australia. This is incredible even to do because like there's quarantine regulations, there's so much paperwork
for animals.
So much paperwork. I don't even know how they pulled this off. I mean, they got caught.
I tell you how. How? They had a private jet.
Yeah, exactly. But still, like there's no sort of customs regulations, I guess, if you land with a private jet.
Yeah, obviously not.
My notes say that Heard got eventually charged with 2 counts of illegal importing of the animals. So they must have been caught.
Only her?
Maybe she was the one bringing them in. I don't know. I can't tell you exactly why it's been only her. I think maybe it's her dogs. I have no idea. Maybe she was the one being caught. But another random, but not so random fact is that back then already, 22-year-old Lily Rose did not attend the wedding. She had some sort of dispute with Amber Heard, was not on good terms. We don't know exactly. I think she was kind of siding with her mom because her mom wasn't really fond of Amber Heard.
Oh, wasn't she? Okay.
Apparently. So we can definitely dive a bit deeper into that. I don't know if you heard that too, but our multiple sources were reporting that not many of Johnny's friends or family attended the wedding anyway.
Yes.
So there must have been some issues. And here we have a bit of
gossip already, if we want to just put that in, that his friend said, and maybe that's also why Lily Rose, wasn't, wanting to be part of this. It seemed like Amber allegedly was pushing for the wedding. So yeah, and people were like, oh, well, you don't need to get married. Like, don't get married so fast, whatever it is. So I think his friends and probably family were like, oh, maybe that's a bit too quick. And I think Johnny already said that
maybe
just her friends really there. So there was almost none of his friends.
It's actually sad as well. Yeah, but very, very interesting. So
I
don't know.
Doesn't it tell us something there already?
Yeah, it does. And I think like little than a year later in 2016, Heard already filed for divorce. Was even granted a temporary restraining order against Depp for allegedly hitting her in the face or like throwing a phone at her face, which left her severely bruised. There's images all over the internet. If you want to look it up, we're not going to show them. And I remember that being big in the news, she was like filing for divorce and domestic abuse. It was like and quickly news outlets, and that's what I picked up too back then, would call Depp a wife beater, because of course we always believe the victim first,
which you should.
You should. And I think 2016 or 2015, the Me Too movement kind of started, It's like everyone was really trying to give the victims as much attention as possible and believe them right away, which should definitely.
And I think that's a whole nother point that we need to talk about eventually as well with, believing
definitely.
the victim and what's gonna,
I feel like this is definitely a point we should jump back to once we have listened to what Amber has to say in trial, because that would be, yes, we might be a bit biased, but at the same time, we want to listen to what she has to say as well and kind of think about everything as well. But she kind of, so there's a little statement she published in her declaration where she was filing for divorce. It said, like, during the entirety of our relationship, Johnny Depp has been verbally and physically abusive to me. He has a short fuse. He's often paranoid and his temper is exceptionally scary for me. That's what she said. And that's probably what got her the restraining order granted. So I remember that being really big in the news. Wife beater was just one of the names that Johnny Depp was called. So it was really bad. And she somewhat became like a celebrity spokesperson for the Me Too movement. She would be like,
and that's something that I didn't realize. I heard that, Johnny Depp was, being abusive. And for me, because back then, I think it was like the time where Harvey Weinstein, the sexual abuse and other people, like there was, I think, Kevin Spacey, all those things coming in the years after. So I was like, oh, damn, another one. Like really, another one. But I actually didn't pay attention on then Amber becoming a spokesperson of the Me Too movement, because there was also so much happening that, I didn't really realize there were a lot of people speaking out, which, good on her back then for becoming a spokesperson.
Yeah, she definitely kind of tried to use the new given platform, although, she got it given through a very toxic time. Interesting thing to know, though, a judge rejected Heard's request that Depp should attend like anger management classes. And at the same time, the police did not charge Depp for any of the allegations. I think maybe they had not like actual proof other than the images. And they couldn't go off any proof to actually charge him with any sort of, so that is very interesting. But they came to somewhat of a joint conclusion and then kind of published a statement or mutual statement in 2017 saying our relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love. So that's all we know by that.
And back then, the only statement we've ever had from Johnny, am I right? Like there was never really anything that he said, no, it wasn't like that back then, until like back that's then, where I guess he could have finished.
I feel like he was probably acting like every high profile celebrity does when something comes up. They keep it under the carpet and kind of trying to disguise it from the public and settle maybe outside of the public eye.
So the story could have ended here.
Maybe. Yet we're not as involved in every single detail. So maybe there was a point that we kind of missed, but fast forward to 2018, where Amber Heard wrote an op-ed, published an article in the Washington Post stating, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out.
I saw that statement because it's all over the news. I didn't understand what she meant that she like felt the full wrath. Like were people saying bad things against her back then? Was that
Probably.
Or was
I
that
guess
because Johnny Depp fans were already hating against her?
I can pretty much assume that she would have felt the whole wall of hate by fans of Johnny Depp that wouldn't believe her, which is a typical thing for women that speak up, that are in fact victims, especially if they speak up against high profile
100%
personalities. So I can see this happening. But I don't really know, but I think this is exactly what happened. She must have been criticized, but not to a degree that Depp has. She spoke about her experiences with abuse from like childhood all the way to adulthood without ever mentioning Depp's name, though. Yes, and it's so interesting because this article kind of got the whole ball rolling. It got us to where we are today, because even though Depp's name was never really named, the whole article was widely interpreted as being about him.
From everyone, not just from Depp, but from everyone.
Everyone. Like,
we have to say that. So the media picked that up and was like, she's talking about Johnny Depp.
Depp is a wife beater. That's even one of the articles
and that's
the
what
Sun published. Yes, so we will get to that too. But like, obviously, even though she hasn't really physically named him, even he himself sued her for defamation and claiming Amber Heard was just using this article to kind of to gin up some positive press about herself, because obviously she has been the negative light for a bit, of course, accusing like a high profile person for abusing her. Like, this must be very tough on her, and I get it.
Maybe she had some negative press on her and that's why she thought she needs to put this article out. But I mean, she did do some movies, so let's not.
Depp immediately sued her for defamation and kind of tried to seek $50 million in damages because he lost major roles due to these allegations, deals. He even went against a British newspaper, The Sun. I guess everyone knows The Sun, who is known for
being super nice.
Anyways, they called him a wife beater.
And the newspaper has so obviously also picked up on that little hint from Amber being like, oh, she must be talking about Johnny Depp that just called him a wife beater.
So it's terrible. He sued them, but unfortunately lost. So the judge still sided with The Sun, even though his ex-wife would speak up and be like, he's far from being this abusive person you're trying to picture. Yeah. He's not what you're trying to declare. So even though, all these statements were released, the judge still sided with the Sun, and they even released a statement. I don't understand it, but they released a statement back then saying, domestic abuse victims must never be silenced, and we thank the judge for his careful consideration and thank Amber Heard for her courage in giving evidence to the court. So with that loss, Johnny Depp really lost it all, really. Like, he did, he released a statement on Instagram, I guess, or maybe it was Twitter. I'm not too sure. But he was kind of being asked by Warner Brothers to, resign from one of his biggest roles as like Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts.
Isn't that funny that he, so Warner Brothers said, like, or suggested he should kind of resign from his role in Fantastic Beasts. And Amber Heard, was it 2018, 2019, got the role in Aquaman with Jason Momoa. So, and that's from Warner Bros. So, they were like, oh, let me get her in and we're going to kick him out.
They obviously sided with her, with the victim in that alleged victim in that case, and forced him to resign from one of his most famous roles. And even Disney kind of decided that they do not want to go ahead with the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, or actually they want to go ahead but without Johnny Depp, which is ridiculous because there's no Pirates of the Caribbean without Johnny Depp. He made the role, he made the movie. And obviously that's been very upsetting. Yeah, he released a statement. I don't know if we want to read this. I don't know, Tina, can you read it? Because it's very small on my end.
It was in November 6th, which I guess was 2020, saying, in light of recent events, I would like to make the following short statement. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone who has gifted me with their support and loyalty. I've been humbled and moved by your many messages of love and concern, particularly over the last few days. Secondly, I wish to let you know that I have been asked to resign by Warner Brothers from my role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts, and I've respected and agreed to that request because, what else can you do? Finally, I wish to say this. The surreal judgment of the court in the UK will not change my fight to tell the truth, and I confirm that I plan to appeal. My resolve remains strong, and I intend to prove that the allegations against me are false. My life and career will not be defined by this moment in time. Thank you for reading.
Yeah, so he did indeed sue, like we just said before. He sued Amber Heard for $50 million in damages. And she countersues for $100 million in 2021, hence us being here today.
I'm interested because in there it says the judgment of the UK court will not change my fight to tell the truth. So which seems like he's been already trying to
obviously
fight her allegations, which again, that wasn't really on my plate.
Of course he was. He was being called a wife beater. She was making those claims and he was trying to clear his name because as a result to all these allegations, he's been already suffering major, financially as well as his whole, reputation. It's just a whole defamation lawsuit. So obviously he was trying to clear his name. But he obviously, like we just said, he didn't give up and he sued Heard for $50 million, where she's like in 2021 countersued him for $100 million. And here we are in 2022, the trial we've all been waiting for.
Of the century.
The trial of the century has begun. And let us give you a little rundown as well, because goodness gracious.
It took a while. I mean, I guess with COVID and stuff, they weren't able to do the trial any
and it
earlier.
Always takes a long time.
You know how great that would have been during lockdown to watch the trial? Can I just say that would have been the best thing ever?
Well, actually quite sad as well, though.
No, I know, it's so sad.
It's so sad seeing these two people that initially loved each other.
A TV show. That's why we need to tell ourselves. I even watched a short clip from the Drew Barrymore show, I think, and she was like, "Oh my god, like I'm just so addicted." And everyone was like, "Yeah, we're so addicted." And she's like, "But then I need to remind myself those are two real people. It's not scripted.
It's not a reality TV show. Yes. It's not a movie. It is actually real life. It's funny that we can all watch it unfold, but yet we talk about two people that once were married and in love. Yeah. So but this trial, I mean, I guess if you watch this video right now, you know about it all. You've seen all these memes and TikToks and Instagram reels. Everyone makes fun of it. There's a lot of things to make fun of. Yeah, so it's interesting to see the different approaches from both sides, whereas Johnny Depp's defense team kind of wants to clear his name and wants to make the point that he is in fact was not abusive. There was mutual toxicity in the relationship. Yeah.
Very toxic relationship. My God.
Very, very toxic relationship. Let's just all agree on that. They say on both ends nothing great about it. But Amber Heard's team kind of just focuses on his flaws, being an alcoholic. Yes, he is maybe abusing alcohol and drugs. And
Sexy alcoholic, can I say that?
We shouldn't sexualize alcoholism and drug abuse
at all.
Just because he's a very attractive man. But still, this is the only thing I kind of focus on, and they use that as a defense to kind of dig up past drug and alcohol use incidents.
Which is interesting because in a normal trial with normal people, is that what you're like, oh, he abused the victim because, he was drunk all the time? Like, is that what they normally also go for? I don't know. It's interesting.
I don't know. I think I just want to, try to defame, try to change his appearance in the public eye because...
Yeah, true, because there's a jury. Yes.
Yeah, the jury that is in the courtroom might be biased because Johnny Depp is such a widely liked person. So I guess the Amber Heard approach or the Amber Heard defense approach is more like kind of trying to make people believe that he's not that great, charismatic guy because look at him. He's used all the drugs he's been using, all the alcohol he's abusing. So,
And they were saying about the jury, which is really interesting, that so there was a different trial that I watched a while ago, and it was also about, sexual abuse. And I think people in the jury, so they get like this questionnaire, and if they have a history of being abused, domestic violence or so, then I think they're not fit for being in the jury, because then they'll be biased. And also it was said that the jury is I think mainly men, because they were thinking that women might be too biased. But that's what's being
because
said.
He's so attractive?
Because there's no official statement, but it was like, oh, interesting that, and one could say like, oh yeah, because men, experience less domestic violence. That's something we can probably, that's not true always, we know that. But, that's why there's mainly men in the jury.
But that's interesting. We will see, because this lawsuit is going to be going on for another few weeks. So we'll see at the end. Yeah. It has been very interesting, to say the least. There's been a couple of interesting people taking the stand. People with, there's very, very weird conversations being held, questions being asked. There's like, you just look it up on TikTok or Instagram. There's been a situation where Amber Heard's lawyer was asking, and then while the person on the stand answered the question, the lawyer objected his own question. It's like, what?
Yes. Oh, there was
a lot of weird things.
I think when Johnny Depp was on the stand, like he had to read all those text messages. They were reading to texting to each other, and they were like, obviously not the nicest. We do have to say, like, Johnny was writing some weird stuff there. But like every time he would like kind of read the message or the text or something, like, the Amber Heard's lawyer was like, oh, objection, hearsay. And Johnny Depp was like, but why? I'm just reading the message. Like there was some...
Yeah,
like, how can it be?
Becoming...
So there is a bit of... Like, it looks a bit like they make, like, sorry.
It's comedy. It seems to be like a comedic, a media circus. And there's so many memes. You can see Johnny Depp and his lawyer giggling up and kind of drawing things on Post-its and like making funny. I don't know. That makes it so addictive, because it seems so ridiculous. Yes. But then once again, it is not. It's real life. So there have been multiple people on stand, and interesting mostly to say that was
Johnny's side,
because exactly this week especially they were heavily focused on Johnny Depp. The first week of May, that's probably when this video will be uploaded, but the first week of May will fully be focused on Amber Heard. So she will take the stand, I think, on the 1st of May. And then we will know the other side of the story. But it was very interesting because like police officers or like a psychologist, I think her name was Shannon Curry, were taking the stand and kind of claiming that she does, like Amber Heard does in fact have some sort of, or shows signs of personality disorder, linked to violence or like making up stories. You can kind of see that in her persona. And even Depp himself said like Heard kind of had a need for violence in this whole marriage. So it's a lot of those allegations being made.
Which the psychologist, she got into this whole trial because she was employed by Johnny Depp. Like, Johnny Depp asked her back then, but then I think her role in the trial changed, and she was asked by the court to then do an assessment on Amber. So it wasn't Johnny who said do an assessment on Amber. It was then the court who said, okay, you're like, you're a professional, whatever. Please do an assessment on Amber. And I think she said she had 2 full days, like 8-hour days or so, where she did, test questionnaires, all those things with Amber, where she then came to this conclusion. And I was really like surprised by how well she explained things to the public. Like, sometimes with professionals, it's hard to understand them, but I thought she did it was an interesting insight to, what a personality disorder,
both of them are, kind of.
Yes, what it looks like. So that was interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And so far with all the claims the psychologist made and the police and everything and everyone else that was on the stand so far, it's pretty much supporting everything that Johnny Depp tries to claim. Like
even the police was like, they didn't see Amber having any, swelling or bruises in the face when they got to the apartment that one time. I think hence why the judge didn't then eventually put him under the stress management, anger management class. For now, obviously, and I mean, it's, Johnny Depp's team who started. Obviously, they're going to, invite people that.
Of course, there would be only people instead, like his sister or his longtime friend and colleagues, and of course
security man and everything. Yeah, but it is again, there's one. Oh, is it the hotel security guy who was very like, who just looked so uncomfortable, but he was very like, yeah, no, and I don't think there anything ever happened and whatever. And then there was this guy with the video statement.
The pre-recorded statement in the car. He was driving his car, vaping, while answering the judge's questions. And the lawyer, there was even the judge herself. She said, like, okay, this was a first. I've never seen this in my life happening. He was vaping. Like, what?
That's what it makes so like a comedy show.
It makes it's a joke. It seems to be a joke at some.
And I mean, and we had Lady Gaga's ex-fiance there as well.
High profile names being dropped, like Johnny Depp talks about, like
we're forgetting
Elon Musk
is part of this as well. And what is it, James Franco? Like,
didn't Johnny Depp like drop like some names that he was like kind of using drugs with Marilyn Manson to make him stop talking? Like, it's just like.
Alice Cooper and all those things, and it's just like, my God, like
you're just like drawn to the screen, you're just attached to it, and you're like, what that? But Elon Musk here, Amber Heard there, like what is even happening? So so still loads of things came out, a lot of dirt, a lot of juice. Apparently Amber Heard or one of her friends allegedly had left some fecal matters, how Johnny Depp says it, like says a very funny fecal matters on his bed. Like some really disgusting things being said.
And something that we forget to mention at the beginning, like we're talking about how Johnny Depp has a drinking problem, smoking and drug problem. So does Amber. So people say that she kind of seems like this person who's always under influence, that like she almost can't function. Like she's like this functioning alcoholic that, you know, you wouldn't realize that she's an alcoholic. But like she kind of, otherwise she doesn't function in the same, like she does drugs, just, I don't know if as much as Johnny did, but like she does drugs as well. So
they're both abused heavily.
It's not just him. Yeah. So they're both some sexy drug addicts.
Yeah. And I feel like being in a toxic relationship does not really help, you know, it probably makes
and I feel like maybe that's what it made it toxic.
Yeah, definitely. I think even Depp himself said that the whole relationship and the toxicity of it would contribute to him abusing more drugs and more alcohol. Right. I mean, he did abuse it already before this relationship, but I guess of course, it kind of pushes you to even go further because both are very unhappy, and that's what we all can agree on.
If he was abusing, like, you know, drugs and alcohol before, you know, he did have Vanessa Paradis, his ex-wife, you know, maybe she was like this balanced person though, whereas then Amber also being, you know, under the influence, that's when I guess you start clashing.
Yeah, if they're both very explosive people, it's just kind of.
And I mean, she threw a vodka bottle, and he kind of lost his fingertip, which to this day I don't know how that works. But he
they probably broke and then kind of cut his finger, so it was really out of.
That's quite toxic
anger
stuff
and it's a very toxic relationship on both sides. We could see videos that were secretly recorded, which is another fucked up thing. Like Amber kind of recorded Johnny Depp already years ago. Kind of that makes it all seem like she planned the whole thing, which is very not playing in her favor. It's not really playing. So even if you try to not be biased, this is all not playing in her favor, and you kind of be like, what the fuck is she doing?
And I think Johnny Depp started recording once he realized that she was recording, so which fair enough.
But all these recordings even showed you how toxic this relationship is from both sides. It's not just Amber. Yes, Amber, you can see her being very aggressive in those conversations, but even the things that Johnny Depp has texted her or said are equally as bad. But it doesn't mean that that what needs to be proven is he the abusive guy that he's portrayed to be.
That's it, yes. And I feel like they both, and I don't know who made who turn into this person, like, you know, but I feel like they're both a victim and they're both the abuser. So Johnny at the end, as much though as maybe because maybe Amber made him to become this person, you know, because with all the stuff that she did to him, that because he, I think, suffered from, you know, a lot of abuse in his childhood from his mother. So, you know, maybe she was just looking for the switch. And then she finally got it. So, yeah, they both, I feel like, with words, violence, whatever it is, at the end, they were both abusing
Yeah.
each other, themselves.
Maybe.
And they were both victims to this whole relationship.
I think that's a good point. I think that's for the jury to decide. But one thing I just thought about now too, yes, you can have all the statements claiming that you've never been a bad guy in your past life. That's definitely true.
Yes.
But there's always going to be a point, a trigger, and maybe Amber Heard is that trigger that can change someone's persona, like from one day to another, fully change them and make them that abusive character. Once again, I don't want to believe that, but I just want to say that it's a possibility that a guy that has been great father and a great partner all his life can be triggered and can become an abuser in the matter of.
Now and that's a very, I don't know, that's a thought I just got, is like a person who's been an abuser, can they stop being abusive? That's what I want to know.
Probably not without help, without accepting that he is the abuser, because it maybe takes a little bit of time for abuser to even realize that he is the abuser.
Yes.
Because maybe an abuser likes to see himself as the victim to justify his abusive behavior.
Yes.
Because I feel like I could explain Amber Heard as well. Like, you know, if she really grew up with like an abusive childhood, maybe she grew up being the victim and maybe now defending herself. And I think I read something like she even claimed she only got abusive or physically abusive when she had to defend herself or defend her sister or whatever. Yes. That's what she says. So maybe she thinks she's only being abusive out of a situation where she thinks she's the victim.
Yes.
So, you know, maybe the abuser has to accept and realize to be abusive to then change his
But there hasn't
demeanor.
been anything mentioned about, I think the story from, you know, Johnny Depp having been abused in his childhood, you know, there is a bit of information about that and he's spoken out about that as well. But I don't think Amber has, which, you know, she doesn't have to, but kind of now she does
will.
because it's her
maybe
privacy.
She will.
You know, yes, that would be not interesting, but she said she's been abused in her childhood. So then I'm wondering, because I read something once, that her mom is a bit like taking a step away from her as well with everything that's going on. So then, anyway, okay, we'll see. That's going to be an
what this
interesting
next weeks are going to show, and it definitely will. This week will show Amber to be the victim more than the abuser.
Yes.
But let's see. And then at the end, it's for the jury to decide. But we're definitely going to come back with a part 2 where we go through everything that's been said about Amber. We hope this video has been very helpful. We have a part 2. And then I guess maybe we do a part 3 where we just see what this lawsuit actually means for everyone else that is in a similar situation, not a high profile persona.
Yeah.
But this is it for now. Oh, goodness.
That's the gossip, guys.
Juicy as always.
You only get the good juicy stuff here.
You only get the good juice. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, you can like and subscribe. It helps us a lot.
It definitely does. And if you have any extra information that that we haven't mentioned, just pop it in the comments. So,
let's have a discussion. Yeah. What do you think about the trial so far? Was there anything that anything you want to mention? Is there anything we should discuss? Let us know.
Yeah.
In the comments below.
Comment.
The comment section below. Well, thanks a lot.
You know where the comment section is.
You do.
If you don't, it's below.
So is the subscribe button and the like button, by the way.
That's it. That little bell.
That's it. Thanks for joining, guys. See you very soon.
Here on this channel.